Beloved, in the last episode we explored something foundational, that truth is recognized in the body long before it's accepted in the mind. Today we take the next step, because if the body has always known the truth, the real question becomes, why did we stop trusting it? And the answer is not personal failure, it's training. Illusion doesn't deceive, it conditions. Illusion rarely arrives as a lie. It arrives as normal. It teaches us slowly, subtly, to override ourselves in the name of being reasonable, being polite, being productive, being realistic, and being acceptable. And over time, something quiet happens. We begin to mistrust signals that don't align with the structures we're inside. A tight chest becomes just anxiety. A gut warning becomes overthinking. A sense of misalignment becomes gratitude failure. A deep inner no becomes fear of growth. Illusion doesn't shout over the body. It teaches the body to doubt itself. The first betrayal is almost always praised. Think back, really, gently. Most of us learn self-betrayal in moments that were rewarded. You pushed past exhaustion and were praised for being strong. You ignored discomfort and were called mature. You stayed silent when something felt wrong and were labeled respectful. No one called it self-abandonment, they called it growth. But the body remembers, the body keeps score, not as punishment, but as signal. Why illusion feels safer than truth at first. Here's something rarely named. Truth often destabilizes what illusion protects. Illusion offers predictability, roles, scripts, rules for belonging. Truth offers presence, uncertainty, responsibility, and self-authorship. So when truth first arises in the body, it can feel disorienting. Not because it's wrong, but because it doesn't come with instructions. Illusion says, here's how to be. Truth says, be here. And for a system trained in performance, presence can feel threatening. The cost of chronic override. Over time, repeated self-override creates distance. Not drama, not collapse, just numbness. We stop feeling clearly. We stop trusting impulses. We stop knowing what's ours and what was absorbed. And then one day we wake up tired, not from doing too much, but by being too far away from ourselves. This is not personal failure. It is the predictable outcome of living inside structures instead of a frequency. Reversal begins with permission, not force. Here's the good news. You don't rebuild self-trust by overthrowing your life. You rebuild it by allowing small truths to be true again. By noticing what drains you, what stabilizes you, what feels quietly right without justification. You don't have to act yet. You don't have to decide yet. You just have to stop arguing with your own signal. That alone begins the undoing. A restorative practice. Try this over the next day or two. When you notice discomfort, don't fix it, don't label it, don't explain it away. Simply ask, what might this be protecting? Not intellectually, somatically. Often the body isn't resisting growth, it's resisting misalignment. As we continue this arc, illusion will become easier to recognize, not because it'll disappear, but because your self-trust strengthens. Your body is not broken, it was trained, and training can be gently reversed. If this episode resonated, follow or subscribe to stay with this unfolding arc. Share this episode with someone who has learned to doubt themselves, and join me for episode 3, where we explore how identity itself becomes one of the illusion's most convincing structures. You are not here to override yourself anymore. You are here to return.